I have recorded this video so many times because me being the perfectionist that I am, I'm never completely happy with it. I know I had shared some bloopers of it on Instagram, and I hope you like those because I loved them and I wanted to keep those, but I was not liking the style or the video of it. If you're wondering why I have this crazy filter over it, is because I look like crap and I don't know. I like filters like this because, you know, whatever. But yeah, so in this video I'm going to be talking about simulations because a couple of you had asked for videos as rather than just typing, which works for me. I totally love it. I'm just awkward in front of camera, so bear with me. But let's jump right into it. So as far as simulations go, I have shared like some tidbits about it on my Instagram stories, but this is going to be a little more in depth. What it is like a fabricated scenario of your patient that you're going to take care of as a nurse. You're no longer a student nurse in simulation. You are the actual nurse, which is a bit terrifying because it's like, oh my god, like it's not like you can say, yeah, let me go get your nurse for you. It's like, oh shit, no, you are the nurse. But the good thing is, as far as with my school, we are split into groups of 4. 2 people go and perform. They're in the simulation for however long it has to be. And then 2 people that are not participating, they are off on the sidelines kind of watching you and evaluating you. So it is a little bit scary to have 2 of your peers evaluating you and also your professor, which is in the other room. So when you're not performing in the simulation, you're evaluating, vice versa. However, typically your professor will be your patient. They will be voicing your patient because you're going to ask your patient questions and they have prompts like as what to say. So if you ask your patient, are you feeling any pain right now? They know to say, yeah, I'm feeling about like a 9 out of 10 right now. So then that prompts you to go, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Why would you like some pain medication? And then that's when you go off and you show your skills and you get to show your professor that you can give pain medications properly and safely and all that cool jazz. So basically it's just showing your skills, doing things that you're kind of prompted to do, because when you go in on your assessment, on your simulation, you start with an assessment and you go from there basically. So that's what happens during. I do want to share that sometimes professors will be really cool and let you see the patient's electronic healthcare record beforehand so you can kind of anticipate, oh, this is a renal patient, or oh, this is a heart failure patient. I anticipate that I'm going to need to give these meds, or I anticipate that this is what's going to go wrong, because simulations is not just like smooth sailing. It's not. It can get crazy in there sometimes. Your patient may almost die on you. Like I remember in block 1 we had a simulation where it was a COPD patient. So with him, he would not be able to breathe, and what we were supposed to do is give him oxygen. Well, it was my first semester of nursing school. I didn't know how much oxygen to give a patient like that. So we're just there trying to help him breathe, and he just can't. And I remember at one point I was just kind of like, I don't know what to do. And I would look at my partner like, hey, you know, like, what should we do? And like, he didn't know either. And so we were just like, whatever. And then we literally look at our instructor, but they're your instructors. Like, it's simulation. They can't help you at all. They just kind of sat there and just looked at us like, we figured out, like, we can't help you at all. So it's a little scary in that sense that you're kind of on your own, but really, like, a huge tip is, like, don't rely on your other nurse, but combine forces, make one big brain. Like, if you don't know something, chances are your partner will. And if you don't, ask for a resource. You know, be like, hey, do I have a resource? Like, do I have a charge nurse? Do I have pharmacy? Can I call the doctor? Don't be afraid to call doctors, because in simulation you can also practice how to do SBARs, and you will learn about that in nursing school if you haven't already. But it's basically just a template on how to talk to docs. But as far as that, the other thing I want to talk about with simulation is the feelings that you have while you're in there, because it is a really stressful time while you're in there and beforehand. Like, prepping for sim is one of the biggest stressors in my life, because it was just trying to figure out, like, what is this patient going to need? What should I be prepared to do? Should I brush up on my IV skills? Should I brush up on giving IV medications? Should I brush up on my assessment? By the way, always brush up on your assessments because you're going to assess every single patient. But so yeah, we do those things, and it's just because nursing students are like type A personalities. We have to know what we're doing at all times. We don't like surprises, you know, and it sucks because it's literally, you don't know what's going to walk through those halls or through those doors into your care and like your hands. You just don't know, so you gotta be prepared for everything, especially if you're on a med-surg unit. And that's basically all we've been having simulation for, is for med-surg. Med-surg can mean literally anything, so you gotta be prepared. So come the day of simulation, what you'll do is walk in, you know, be like oriented to the room sometimes if you need to. If once you do it so many times, you know how the room's set up. And most of the time it's your lab room, so you know where things are and all that. But you are nervous and you are anxious and you might pee your pants, so make sure you go to the restroom beforehand because, oh boy, it's scary. And while you're in the room, you kind of start to freeze up or tense up, or at least I have. This is like all based on my experience and what I've heard from other classmates, but everyone's different, you know. You might rock it, you might not even be nervous at all, but especially if you have performance anxiety, knowing your 2 other peers and your instructor and possibly other staff members that are helping out with the simulation are there, you kind of get nervous because the spotlight is on you. Literally everyone is watching you and you kind of are being evaluated. Luckily for us, simulation was not graded, so since it doesn't count for a grade, it's mostly just pass or fail. But just try to stay calm and relax. Take a step back and take a big deep breath if you are literally like everything just left your mind, like you just go blank. Just take a step back, regather your thoughts. Something that in my school that our professors have told us, that there's nothing in simulation where if you're not allowed to take a step back and think like, okay, what should I do next? It's never that emergent. However, in block 4 and things like that, you might, I can't say, because sometimes there are emergent situations, whereas in block 4 you will be in critical care, so sometimes you just got to be on top of your game. But use the prep time ahead of sim. Like I'm just gonna say it, that's the most crucial part of simulation, is don't walk in blind. Kind of know what you have to do beforehand. So that's basically the biggest piece of advice that I can give, is to stay calm and just be prepared for like literally anything. But it's not that bad once you do so many simulations. You kind of start to get the hang of it, but it's always just gonna be, they keep you on your toes, and I think that's the main point of simulation. But yeah, I like them afterwards, because in the beginning I'm like, I freaking hate this, like I don't want to be here, can I just go home? Like, do I have to do this? Like, really? Come on guys, like let me go home. But no, when it's over, like you're kind of like, oh, thank God it's over. But yeah, so if anybody has any additional questions about simulation, go ahead and let me know. And if you have any feedback towards the videos, like if you do like this, if you would rather read, let me know. I want to try to do like a little written description of the videos as well, some major highlights, tips, and points for those of you who don't like the videos. But I seem to like them because it's just an easier way to express what I'm trying to say. But yeah, stay tuned for more, and thank you for watching, guys.